I wish I could still headbang. This is about it. And that doesn't look like I'm headbanging. It looks like I'm doing something else.
My neck can't take that kind of stress.
Not anymore. Mm-mm. Back in the day.
Yeah. Back in the day, I could do anything. Didn't matter. I could jump off tall buildings in a single bound.
I don't think that's how it works. Leap over, not leap off.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, anybody can jump off a tall building in a single bound. It's leaping over it that's important.
No, like, what if you eat shit and like break your legs?
Do you have to do both?
Now, if I jumped off a roof.
Yeah. I mean,
back when I was a kid, that's what we did for fun. Remember, this was before the internet. We're like, yes, where's my things? Let's jump off.
Where's my umbrella? Will it work? Will the umbrella work? Did you ever do that?
No.
I did that. I was about 5 or so. Back then, they probably made them out of bricks, but I jumped off the roof with an umbrella. I didn't get hurt. It was a carport, so it wasn't. Hi, Shanna.
Hey.
Okay.
How you doing?
I still got the cough, so I apologize in advance. Normal spiel if you're new here. The whole first part of the conversation, first part of the stream, Shanna and I are just going to be having a conversation. We're not going to be looking at chat at all. If you come in and say hi and we don't respond, that's why. And I did see it was a Matt or somebody threw that in already. And mods, if you would please just remind people when they ask questions about that. Just I don't want people being like, these guys are jerks. They don't respond. So please just let them know every once in a great while that that's the case. Also, I think that's it. This is a special one. We don't normally do focus-ons on Saturday night, but Shanna and I have had a really rough time getting our schedules together and stuff. She's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. She works. I'm a lazy, so it's been hard to get our schedules together. So we did this Saturday one, but going forward, there are going to be a lot more focus-ons on Saturday nights when James or Ed don't do their streams. Because there's so many people to get to. Again, I've been doing the focus-ons now for more than a year. We've got 63 of them done. And there's thousands of people in the fish fam still yet to get to. Tons and tons and tons of people to get to. So I'm going to start doing it on Saturdays as often as I can just to, it's only one more, but still, just to get through some more. Okay. Hi. I'm done.
Oh, good.
Thanks for joining me.
Yep.
I'm glad we finally get to do this. And also, if you don't know, Shanna does a Saturday stream. She was on this morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Saturday morning cartoon show with Jason Degenerate, Fishkeeper Depths Unknown. It's fun. You really just need to go. They do all kinds of fun stuff. It's got the best theme song for one of the episodes, one of the segments of the show ever. The Stupid Animal Trivia is the best theme song in the history of the world. It's just a fun show. It's a lot of fun. They do a great job. They do all kinds of different stuff. They entertain for 2 hours, and it's always a blast. And Ladies' Night. We miss Ladies' Night.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Ladies' Night takes a lot more energy than I have left on a work night, though.
Yeah, so. I get it. Well, hopefully it comes back. Hopefully you guys, switch up the time or, whatever. I just really wanted to come back though, because it was a great show as well. Always loved it. So
thank you.
Okay, let's dig in. Shanna, I know you live in the Pacific Northwest and you've recently moved. Yes. Where are you roughly now? Is it Seattle that you moved to or Portland that you moved to?
No, I'm on the opposite side of the state as Seattle. I'm right on the Oregon border in Vancouver.
Okay. And it's only been 2 months?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And where'd you move from?
From Portland, Oregon. Well, Aloha, but like nobody knows where Aloha is. And they all think we're saying aloha wrong. So, we probably are.
Monstrosity.
I don't know.
And how long did you live there?
Like 3 years. I've mostly lived in Portland specifically, but then I grew up in a little country town, like just on the edge of the metro area, right at the foot of Mount Hood, called
Nice.
Estacada. And it had a population of about 3,000 when I lived there. They're coming on up. They're rocking and rolling at like 4,200, I believe. Watch out. Watch out, people.
So always in the Pacific Northwest then. Have you ever lived outside of that area at all?
I have to tell you, this is so dumb, but like I was feeling like I was all in my feelings, feeling some kind of way about moving up to Washington because I've never lived outside of Oregon, and it's literally just across the river. There's no meaningful difference whatsoever. It's an imaginary, arbitrary line we all agree about. Like, but I was just like,
It's gonna be all different.
going to a foreign land with foreign people.
Did you really sort of think that they would be that different?
No,
Okay.
I just felt weird about, like, I didn't think any of that was true, but I was definitely having some feelings about it. I'm a, native girl, born and raised. So
well,
now I'm one of those people that leaves their home state.
By like 5 yards, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid 5 yards.
It's baby steps. The only reason I ask that is because I actually know somebody like that who lives here and has never lived anywhere else and thinks that the people in the next town over are all crazy and just very whacked out. I mean, they literally live like 10 miles away from him, and he thinks those people are insane and he would never live in that. Those people are totally different. And I'm like, dude, you got to get out. So that's why I asked. That's why I asked. Okay. So, and have you ever thought about a bigger move at all? Have you ever traveled around the country or
I've
other countries?
traveled a tiny bit. I've been to Dallas. I went to Aquashella.
That's right.
In Dallas.
That's right. Yeah.
Colorado Airport, which still counts. I could see mountains. So, that's it. Nebraska. Spent a couple weeks in Nebraska. Very flat.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of bumps, like on every road. It's like bump, 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 like all of the roads. And everybody waves at each other. Like
on every road or just the backcountry roads?
Every road I was on.
Oh, because we do that here in the back roads because nobody, I mean, we live in, there's 1,200 people in the village we live in, and it's like 20 square miles, so.
Yeah. So you literally all know each other, but they were waving at people they did not know. Because I checked. I was like, Grandpa, do you know all of these people? And he's like, no.
That's nice. I mean, it sounds a little exhausting.
It's super nice. Also kind of weird. Like normally in traffic, if I'm waving, like it's a different sort of gesture.
Yes. So it doesn't include the whole hand.
No.
Or it's this.
Yeah.
Both hands. Gotcha.
I've been to Florida, California, and I went to Tijuana on Christmas Eve, and it was so deserted. It was like the first after school special movie I found myself in real life. I was like, oh wow.
Is there a story there?
How you get unalived.
Why did you go to Tijuana on Christmas Eve? You got to tell us that, at least a little bit of that story.
So I was working as a bouncer at Dante's, and Korn was in town, and the band and some of their crew came in, and the guy who did their lighting was like super dreamy. And so I persuaded him with my feminine wiles to ask me out, and I went to the show and got to go backstage and got to meet everybody, and it was super cool. And then like a month later, he flew me down to California, and we were just doing stuff, and like it's just me and him. So on Christmas Eve, he's like, you want to go to Tijuana? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so we were over there, and for no reason at all, I was super fidgety. and I was playing with my ID card, which I had out for no reason at all, and I was bending it.
Oh no.
And I snapped that fucker in half. I was also super paranoid at the time for no reason at all. And I lost my shit.
Really for no reason at all, or was there reasons? So you lost your shit.
Mm-hmm. I lost my shit in customs because, like, not like raging or whatever. I just fell apart bawling. And I was like, I've done things that I shouldn't have done while I was down there, and now my ID is broken, and I just really want to go home now, please. And they just literally waved me through. Like, they didn't check me for anything. I mean, to be fair, when I saw myself when we got back to the car, I had like
they were probably afraid
all down my face, and I look over and I'm like, Ryan, how long has my face been like this? He's like, hours. Like, hours.
So you never saw him again. Damn it. Excuse me.
Yeah. Poor Ryan.
Poor Ryan. I feel bad for the guy.
I wasn't always the upstanding moral citizen that I now am.
That was amazing. You said that like totally straight faced. Yeah, I mean, I did.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wouldn't have been able to do that.
It's a gift. And I went through a little bit of a blackout drinking phase, and apparently I get super drunk, and then somehow still, and again, this is 20 some odd years ago, I would call him long distance with the cordless phone and a calling card, and I would call and like talk to him and leave messages, and like every night. It
probably wasn't even his number.
That he would probably do better without me.
Did he ever call you back? I'm sorry, I talked right over you. I'm so sorry. Did he ever call you back? Maybe it wasn't even his number. Maybe it was like his grandma.
No. He called back all the time.
Really?
He like dealt with my bullshit for so long.
Where's Ryan
today?
He
was like, you're a really sweet girl, but the long distance thing isn't for me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked back and I was like, oh, he was just tired of the shit show. Sorry, Ryan.
He's the one that got away. Sure. I think we should put together some kind of like fish fam detective agency and find Ryan. I really feel like we need to bring him up to Washington today. I think just and we'll get a little bit into that, but just knowing your current situation, I think it'd be great to have
Single Ryan and looking to mingle. Man, or the other one I like to say is, who's got two thumbs and unmet needs? This girl.
Ryan is in a medical center. Time. I looked at chat. Don't look at chat. There's a lot of fun stuff going on over there, though. All right, okay. So you have traveled around a bit. Then you've been to Tijuana. I've been to Tijuana. We used to, because I lived in Arizona, so we used to go to Rocky Point a lot, all the time. It was like spring break, even though I wasn't even in school then. We'd still go down, because same age as all of them. Rocky Point was a blast always, and yeah, Tijuana quite often too, although that was around a little bit. That was a little bit of a, I don't know what that is, but it was one of these to get there. I said, so you've been around. Matt said, did he just say, so you've been around? I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. But the Pacific Northwest is home. For sure. Yes. You love it there. We
have everything here. We have the ocean. We have year-round snow on Mount Hood. We have high desert, temperate rainforest, Yeah. And Voodoo Donuts.
I've never been. It's on my bucket list of places to go. It's a beautiful, I've seen so many, just the kayaking off the shore and just the hiking and camping, and oh man, it was always on my bucket list of places to go. My son almost moved there, my oldest son. But he, at the last minute, he actually got a very good job. Anyways, don't want to talk about him. Don't talk about you. This is all about Shanna tonight. So the foreseeable future, you can't ever see yourself leaving that area. Not even for like a.
I mean, I could totally see myself going somewhere else, but like my life's getting ready to go through some huge changes. My son's 16. So like I don't know what happens next. Like I probably cry a bunch and then I assume something else, but like I'm already preemptively sad. He's taller than me. He likes to look down at me. He's like, "Oh." I'm like,
yeah, but I bet you could still give him a look and make him cry.
Oh my gosh. Well, and my son is like mom brag time. My kiddo Ben is amazing. He is just such a good kid. Like he's on the honor roll. Like I've never had to ground him. Like he just doesn't. He asks before he does stuff and he listens to what the answer is and does it. It's like strange. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Because it's not me.
I was going to say.
It wasn't his father. Like, so.
Maybe the universe just thought that you had done enough and broke enough rules that it was, okay to give you somebody who didn't.
They're like, we can't take any more. No. We literally broke the mold. No more. No mas.
All right. So what? Nope. Don't look at the chat. Remember, people ask me questions after too. I see some really good questions in there. Make sure you save those for after, because I see some good questions there that I want to know the answers to, but I don't want to ask. I don't want to get off on a tangent. Let's talk about your work life, because I know you've had some really, really interesting jobs. But let's go way back to were you farm raised? Did you work fast food? What were your first jobs that you started out doing?
First job ever was babysitting.
Okay. Yeah.
And I started doing that professionally, as in not my little brother and getting paid for it, when I was 10. And then when I was 15, I was old enough to start working at the gas station. So I worked at the gas station, the Eagle Creek Jackpot. Yeah, learned how to deep fry chicken, drank more than a few wine coolers while I was stocking the cooler.
Yep. What kind of wine coolers? Bartles and James, or what was it?
Yeah. The disgusting ones that make you feel like crap but don't actually get you drunk.
Fermented sugar.
Right? And I just kept drinking them anyway, indicator. So gas station, and then the mall, Sears. I worked in the lingerie department at Sears. That was dumb. I think I rang up 3 people the whole time I was there. We just folded underwear over and over and over again. I don't, I'm from that generation, where Sears was a lot bigger, right? But I could never imagine thinking, man, I would like to buy my wife some lingerie. I'm going to Sears. I went there to get Craftsman tools and jeans. I just can't see going there to pick out some lingerie. Nobody else could either.
Yeah, doesn't seem like Sears was not known for their lingerie. So you did that for a while. What was after that? What's some other stuff?
After that was my first super awesome kick-ass job. I got to teach people how to ride horses, take them on trail rides, and run hay crews, bucking hay.
Nice. Where was that?
I did that till I graduated.
Roughly. Well, I mean, around what area? What?
Out in Estacada.
Okay. Gotcha. That sounds awesome. And how long did you do that one?
Till I graduated high school. So 2 years. I got to drive horse and carriages and draft horses. We worked with Perch runs, and everybody's seen the Clydesdale Budweiser horses. Well, a Perch run is almost 2 feet taller.
Wow.
Probably 3, maybe 4 feet wider.
Wow.
They're just massive. And when you sit on one, it's kind of like sitting on a couch. It's very comfortable. And the
long way.
Yeah. They because of how they were bred to pull things, they're so smooth, because any jerky movement for them, like you get with a standard breed horse, like is making things harder for them. So you just sit on there and you're like, hello.
And what are those?
Poop is huge. One poop is a whole shovelful. So you don't want them in their stalls much.
Well, I know by experience that bigger people often have, bigger things usually have bigger poops. Yeah, I know. I do know about that. Yeah, but I can only imagine. What are those called again? Perch?
Percheron.
Percheron.
Yeah.
How do you spell it? Like perch?
Perche.
Okay. O-N-E or something like that?
Something like that. There might be an E-O.
Niner 5-3. I think I heard a niner.
Hey Siri, show me a picture of a Percheron horse.
And everybody's phone just went off.
Yes.
You could. Oh wait. Yep, she's muted. Hey Alexa, turn off the lights. That's always fun too.
Hey Alexa, play Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That was so funny.
Do you remember that when we got
Steven
Jen and P in the kitchen?
Yeah. Yep. Steve was making dinner. That. Yep.
My wife is now cooking dinner in the dark. The Devil Went Down to Georgia is playing.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
That game just doesn't get old.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it ever will. I think it'll get more refined as time goes on, though. You know, it'll get more refined. People will come up with different ways to do funny stuff to other people that way. Yeah, don't look at the chat.
I know. Guys, I saw Stephen P's comment.
Yeah, I know. It's hard not to. You know, that's a normal thing. You look over there. There's 60 people.
So long to learn how to keep up with chat and talk. Like, that did not come naturally for me. Like,
it's
talking
difficult.
about stuff with somebody and reading and tracking what's going on in chat, like the 17 other conversations going. It took so long to figure that out that trying to turn it off, I'm like,
a lot of people don't seem to get it. And they, you know, some people jokingly get upset that you're not dealing more with, but they don't, a lot of people don't seem to get it. It can be very difficult to do, to manage. That's why a lot of times I stream by myself, because I don't have to worry about it. But it's all about the chat. It makes it easy, because anytime I have somebody up, then I want to focus and talk to them. I want to, you know, they're face to face. So, all right. So after the big poop horses, what was next? What was after that? After you graduated high school?
So after that, I think that would have been telemarketing and in-home sales of waterless cookware.
Waterless?
Waterless. I still have that stuff.
Waterless cookware. Why do they call it waterless?
Because you can cook stuff. Like, one of the things that we would do on the demonstration dinner is you take frozen peas, frozen corn, and fresh carrots, and you slice up the fresh carrots and, like, into the same pan, you, like, in thirds do corn, peas, carrots, and then you put the lid on. You don't have to add any water, and you cook it like that. And then when you open it up, it doesn't get the flavor transference, and you cook it at a lower temperature, so you don't lose the nutrients. And, like, oh my God, I can't believe I still know this.
And yeah, because that was a while ago.
I could use that space in my brain. Like, it's not like I've got a lot extra going on up there.
I've just never heard of it. I wonder what makes it different. And we don't need to go into it, but I'll have to look up what made it different. Do they still sell it today?
Yeah, it's poreless is what makes it different.
Poreless. I thought you said it was waterless. It's waterless and also poreless.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to have to look that up and see. That is definitely different. So yeah, I did the telemarketing stuff too. Very, very short time. It was the only job I've only been fired twice in my life. Once was because, like you, I would go into the cooler at a pizza place I worked at, and I had 3 jobs at the time though, and I was like this with a Dos Equis when the manager walked in. So yeah, I was like, I'm fired, right? And he's like, yeah, probably. Dos Equis, because it was the only one that had the twist top. All the rest of them needed a bottle opener, and I could have done it on the corner, but anyways, we're getting there. I know we're getting there because you know where I'm going. I want to talk about the one job that you had that is super.
Yeah. It's a ways away still.
Okay, so you've worn a lot of different hats. You've done a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
and some of it, I mean, besides the one I'm getting towards, there's also some other ones I know that are really interesting too. That you definitely haven't just had the standard work career by any means. All right. So after the telemarketing and the waterless, poreless,
I spent a summer working as a lube tech at Jiffy Lube. And can I tell you, that job fucking sucks. That's how you burn the piss out of your arms. And then continue burning them all day, every day. Also, if it's summertime and you take your car to get the oil changed and you sit out back with it turned on and your AC blasting all the way, you're a prick. Because you are turning your engine into the surface of the fucking sun. And it's already 90 degrees out. I'm already covered with burns from earlier today. And now the red heat from your engine is radiating off of all of these burns here. We have a waiting room. It's got AC.
And you're in a pit, right? You're in a pit. They drove up over it, and you're down inside.
I did up top stuff.
Okay.
But yeah.
Up top stuff.
Yeah, I did under the hood. Sometimes courtesy. Okay. Depends.
Okay, Jiffy Lube. Man, I should be making notes. It's quite meandering too. It's not, there's not
it's like non sequitur after non sequitur.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Then I went from Jiffy Lube to Gresham Toyota, where I was the lube service writer for their auto shop. Dealerships are terrible to work at. Never trust salesmen.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Sneaky.
To this day.
Sneaky.
At least the that industry is being disrupted with the stuff like Carvana and things like that. There's some sneaky there too, but stuff is getting better in that realm. It really is. So at the dealership, and you don't have to go into everyone, anything that, everyone, because it sounds like
there's a lot.
Like we're going to be here for a while.
I'm like, how much time you got, Rico? Hold on, let me put my feet up.
Just maybe pick the ones that really stand out to you too. If you don't want to talk about any of them too, that. Any ones you don't feel like talking about, you don't have to. But so what were some of the real interesting ones?
I had was being a bouncer. That was super, super cool.
How did you fall into that too? I mean, not to be sexist, but most of the time, bouncers are big, burly men. Not always, but usually. Mm-hmm. So how did you fall into that? Did you just like beat up one of the big, burly men at the bar one time and they said, hey, I could use you here, that kind of thing, or what?
Well, I was like 21, so I was still in super great shape from like all of the physical work I had done before, and like
even though your arms were scarred,
I'm not like huge or anything like that, but I'm imposing somehow at 5'8". I'm imposing, and I always have been. And we'd always practice rolling and technique and different stuff like that. So like I always held my own. I did fine. But the big trick for me was that I would always I'd just walk up to him and smile on my way up. And like I'd hold on to one of their hands and put a hand on their chest and kind of tiptoe and whisper in their ear, "Hey, I need to talk to you real quick. Will you come with me?" And I'd walk them by the hand outside and I'd be like, "Thanks for coming, but you can't go back in. You gotta go somewhere else. See you later."
It was probably actually easier for you because any guy is going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll go with you," But the guy walks up and they're like, "Get off of me," So yeah, I bet it sort of made it a little bit easier. At least the first part.
It made it a lot easier.
For the first part.
Made it a lot easier for the guys that I worked with too, just because there was so many. Like, if I got to the situation first, I could normally de-escalate it completely. Gotcha. Yeah. Like, I would walk two guys who had been fighting out with one in each hand and like put one in front of me and one behind me and be like, "I'm really disappointed. I think you can do better. So why don't you come back another night and try?"
Little bit of the mom thing going on, a little bit, but men, but also, yeah. So yeah, that's a good combination.
It's kind of the 1-2 punch. And then the other thing is, then if one of the guys tried to fuck with me, all the other guys would be like, "Smash," because they already had the opportunity to have the nice way out. So if the guys are having to come in after I've gone in, they just plan on wrapping them up and taking them out.
And how often did it happen, roughly? I mean, 10% of the time, or half the time? Not very often at all?
I think that happened twice ever.
Yeah. So you were able to really...
hundreds of scenarios.
Yeah, you really take care of it. That's cool. That's interesting. Again, not the just not the standard route, and all of those different experiences are all a big chunk of who you are today, right? It's all a big, you know what I mean? All of those life experiences that you've had that so many people haven't, who have just been, "Oh, I worked at McDonald's and then now I own my own business," or "I'm on Wall Street," or whatever. They just, they didn't have all that different kind of stuff. They missed out on a lot of things. I'm not saying everybody needs to go be a bouncer or go see donkey shows in Tijuana, but I'm still saying that, there's just a lot that people, I don't know, a lot of us don't get to experience all that stuff. All right. So after the bouncing, and how long did you do the bouncing?
Couple, 2-3 years.
And do you miss that a little bit?
No, I can't stand obnoxious drunk people.
Yeah.
Like, I have zero tolerance for that anymore in my life.
Yes.
Like, there's cute drunk people.
Yes.
That's fine. Little tater tots. I'm like the best friend to have if you want to get all tater totty and sloshy. And I even have barf bags. Like, I am the go-to DD. Like, I won't stop at Taco Bell because even though it sounds good, you're gonna regret that shit, and you're already gonna have enough regrets tomorrow. Let's get you some Sprite,
crack
some
Sprite,
ibuprofen.
Did you say crack Sprite?
Yeah, it's the new kind.
Oh, I don't know this. I don't know this. Crack Sprite. Is there something to it, or is it just
no?
It's just so good.
No, it's just regular Sprite.
Okay. All right. I thought there was some kind of, like, you added something to it. Like, is it Robitussin and Sprite or something? That's what I was thinking. That's my brain was going, like, you mixed something in it.
No, but I am not above shoving a couple Benadryls in a drunk's mouth. I'm being like, swallow.
Yeah.
Swallow. You need to go to sleep. I need you to go to sleep. So you need to go to sleep.
I don't do well with overly drunk people too. And you can tell I'm drunk because, one, I sing a lot, like a lot, and I get really quiet. I start talking like this. I'm a quiet drunk. My voice goes way down. My wife can always tell because I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you." You don't have your headphones on, but it'd be like, "Hey, Shanna, how are you?"
That's so creepy, even without the headphones.
So yeah, you don't want to be around me when I'm drunk then, because that's how my voice always is. It's just, it lowers and lowers. So that's what she told me. She can always tell when I'm really drunk, which doesn't happen these days. I don't really drink like that, but because of my voice, I'd be so quiet. Okay, so after the bouncing stuff, what was next after that? Or what was an interesting standout type of stuff?
Well, after that, I got a job at this corporation working in their executive file room as a temporary file clerk. And I put all of their file room in order, and I did such a good job and made such a good impression while I was there. I got hired on to be the president's executive assistant.
Wow.
So I got to plan board meetings and learn about like the legalities and requirements that go along with shareholders and being a publicly traded company, and like what it's like to deal with board members and board meetings, and
just like being a bouncer.
Turns out they're people too, and you know,
it probably wasn't that much different than the bouncing.
No, not really. Surprisingly.
Keep going. Give us some more.
So,
you didn't know you have to go through your work history, right? You should have got your resume ready.
Oh, I don't put all this on my resume.
Yeah, you got to make it so. You got to make it appropriate. Yeah. You got to make it appropriate for the job.
So I'm trying to think of what was next. Like if there was anything really good, or just skip ahead.
Could we go look at monster.com or Indeed and look up your work history or something?
Well, LinkedIn? I grew a bunch of weed for a long time.
Okay.
Because it's before or
after? Before or after?
No comment? After.
Okay.
After. Definitely after. But like a lot. Like I was producing about 50 pounds a month. So
wow.
Yeah, I did that. Where? And I was on my own.
Where was it? Like in a basement? Was it a backyard? Where were you?
I had a whole building that was built in the backyard. It was 2 floors, so 2 complete rooms that cycled opposite each other.
And who did you supply? Was it like an actual distribution? What are they called? Help me out.
Dispensary.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
I had one that I was able to work with exclusively. They just took everything. So it was awesome.
And did you have to jump through all the hoops and stuff and do a lot of paperwork, or did they make it pretty easy in Oregon for that part of it?
Well, I was part of like, not a cooperative, but basically a cooperative. And so I was grandfathered in, and the dispensary that I worked with was a medical dispensary. So I was able to work under the medical program. So it was a limit on plants, but not on how much you produced.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm curious about all of that. It's just that stuff's all starting up here in New York. It was just legalized, I don't know, last year, I think it was. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember when it was legalized. That might be a bad sign. It wasn't that long ago. And so they're all going through all that stuff. And it's actually still very difficult to get a hold of here, even though it is legal. So, okay. You, and how long did you do that for?
Almost 10 years.
So do you have a green thumb, or did you have somebody that helped you set up everything? How did you find out how to do it?
All of the above.
All the above. Okay. So you had help, but you do have a green thumb. You do enjoy plants and such. Okay.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay. Gotcha. So,
which is why it's so frustrating that I can't get motherfucking plants to grow in my motherfucking tanks.
It is a little different. And I don't think that's a good idea to grow in your tank either. That probably wouldn't be good for the fishies. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? Somebody's probably tried it.
Actually, you could totally do it with the hydroponic basket and the little hydroton balls. And you could just sit it in the tank. I mean, your fish might get kind of stony, but I don't know.
I don't think they would. I don't think too much of that would leach from the... That's a whole different subject we should look into.
I know. We could buddy, do you know how many side rails, derails?
I'm sorry. I have to just read one comment from the chat. How come Rico gets the super hot wearing makeup, Shanna, and I get the wrong side of the bed, Shanna?
Well, because Rico didn't ask me to stream at 7 a.m. That's why.
There you go.
I had a chicken nap, and then time to put on my makeup.
That's funny though. Okay, so wow, man, I really should have made notes here. I'm not going to be able to go back. A lot of times I like to go back and talk about different things you did and stuff, but there's no way I'm going to remember all these.
Yeah. Why do you think my resume is broad strokes? Like, I didn't think I could remember all these.
I thought I had a lot of jobs or worked for, I shouldn't say that. I thought I worked for a lot of places. IT guys seem to bounce around a lot. It's usually like 3 to 5 years. You stay at a place and then you move on to the next thing, either a step up or whatever it is. But man, I think you might already have me beat throughout my entire career right now. I think you might have worked it. You definitely had more hats. I mean, I only did like 4 different things that I legally got paid for. And you've done already.
I did 4 by 14.
Yeah.
By 15.
But that's good though. Again, I don't think that's a negative by any means. I think it's a positive. I think being able to do all those different things obviously means you're a quick learner. I mean, you have to be. There's no way you could do all that different stuff and do those things for a couple of years without being a quick learner. There's no way. It doesn't happen. So you must be a quick learner.
I don't know that I'm necessarily a super quick learner, but I'm a super try harder. Like, I take shit so goddamn seriously. I will work myself into a tizzy. Like, when I was learning how to drive forklift, I probably cried 20 times just by myself trying to get something out. And I'd be like, but I don't give up. Like, I just refuse. And I don't base my work output, my production, what I do on what the people around me do. I do it based on what the best I can do is. And then I try and find ways to improve stuff.
Gotcha.
But mostly I have a lot of different jobs because I like to learn new things. I get bored really quick. And if somewhere can't keep me interested and keep me moving around and doing stuff, then I just move on.
Gotcha. Do you have a little of ADHD or anything like that at all? Yeah. Okay.
Whole lot.
Whole lot.
The opposite of a little. It's a whole lot.
And what about Ben? Does Ben have anything like that? He said he was not that
Ben's on the autism spectrum, but he has incredible focus and impulse control, and he's got all that.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, wish I could kick this cough. Anyways, all right. So where'd we get up to? We got up to the pot farmer.
Okay, sex toys. I used to sell sex toys. I had a big black suitcase full of fucking dildos, cock rings, vibrators, like penis desensitizer, pussy tightener, body pheromones. Like, if you could thrust, tickle, rub, or cream it, I had it.
Was that your slogan? Because that's a perfect slogan. That's a perfect slogan. I could And okay, so how did you get into this one? How did you? Did you know somebody?
A party once, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want this in my life." And was it like, I want this in my life? Was it just I want this in my life? Well, it was just super fun. It was a super fun experience when I went, and I could see doing that regularly and getting paid for it. Problem is, it's multi-level marketing. I fucking hate sales. I hate networking. All of that.
So it was really just pure sales. It wasn't really so much like consulting and helping people so much. It was more just purely sales.
Well, and I would talk to people and explain what was what and help ladies sort out whatever their situation was as best I could,
Yeah.
I'm a pervert, so qualified.
I think that's
let
why we
me
get
tell
along.
you what you need to do. Double click, swirl to the left, tap 3 times. See you tomorrow.
Wait. I got to make notes again. So you didn't hang out with that one too long then, because I didn't know that it was more sales oriented. I was thinking that it was more almost like what you did with the fungus removal and the mold removal, but with toys. You know what I mean? You cleared out some cobwebs and stuff and toys, and
I mean, I'm sure that happened too.
But it wasn't okay. But it was just more sales.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that one?
10 years.
Okay, so it's quite a while.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Jess said you're hurting my ears, Shanna. She's going.
I have no doubt, Jess. I'm sorry. You're never going to be proud of me. Like, I know. I'm okay with it. I hope you're okay with it.
Oh, this is definitely one I need to go back and make sure I read through the chat. I try to do that too on these because I do miss everything in the first half, and there's some great comments and questions and things that don't get asked later. So, all right. So, what other kind of interesting stuff have you done? I know you did, like I just said, the was it mold removal or what exactly was? Yeah. And that you did.
It was mold removal. It's just the company that I work for were fucking hacks.
Gotcha.
And like they were just selling stuff they didn't have.
Oh.
And people were really sick.
Okay.
So
gotcha. It just wasn't fun then. I mean, because
the
that's
whole restoration business in general.
Yeah.
Like shiesty.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. Like licensing isn't necessarily a priority. Like complaints are super common, and it feels almost predatory because you're going into people's homes like when they're in crisis.
Yeah.
Like their house is making them sick. A tree branch came through their roof and it's storming. Like their dishwasher burst and it's ruined their whole kitchen floor, and they're wondering about their cabinets too. Like,
yeah, it's like the insurance industry.
Yeah.
Same type of thing. It does seem very predatory. That's unfortunate because it is people. It's such a need. I mean, people don't call you when they just have a slight concern. They're calling you because, like you said, they're in crisis, and people, taking advantage of that. That sounds like I know a lot of people don't like government regulation, but that's a perfect place to be looked at very closely or even conducted by government institutions. I mean,
and it's funny because they are state regulated, and here in Oregon, the regulations are strict. Like you have to have the licensing, or you can't remove like more than 1 square foot of drywall, which is
okay. Nothing. But they just don't follow up on it, maybe.
Well, and that was the thing. The people that own the company were based out of Florida, and I guess it's like wild east out there. Like as far as licensing goes, they're like, "What do you mean, contractors board? What?"
Gotcha. I mean, there's certain things. I don't want to get into politics, but there's certain things that definitely you can't just trust the corporations. That's just all there is to it.
Correct.
All right, don't want to get too deep into that because I will run people out. There's 65 people here right now, so I don't want to run them away. All right, anything else that really stands out? I know right now you're a package handler.
Well, actually, I got switched. Oh, I now make drums and pails.
Oh,
so I get super dirty.
Did you hear that?
So dirty all day.
That was very. Oh, I was very squeaky there. That was a weird. So, okay, so you're no longer driving the forklift at all?
Well, no, I still drive the forklift because I have to move the drums and pallets around.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. But it's not picking anymore. It's building all that stuff and then putting it somewhere. Gotcha.
I'm more doing production and then putting it on the shelves for someone else to pick.
And do you like that better?
Yes. Yeah. Because I'm not lifting 50-pound boxes all day long.
Yeah. Gotcha. And did we miss any really interesting jobs or
I'm
things you did?
sure, but I can't really think of anything else. Like,
okay.
We're good.
Okay. And we are, Jesus. It's almost been an hour already. You believe that?
Time flies.
50 minutes already. And I'm not going to open it up. So Shanna's not in a big hurry. We do try to do a 2-hour stream on Saturday. So we will go longer, and I'll open it up soon to questions from the chat. But we're gonna keep going because I still want to know, like, I want to know some hobby stuff. I want to know just a couple fun dating stories that maybe you haven't told us because ladies' night hasn't been around. But let's start with hobbies. So other than being a single mom, and doing the whole fish tube thing and like that, what kind of things do you like to do in your spare time now?
Right now, I'm a big fan of napping. That's a big one.
Yes.
I'm not really doing any hobbies right now because I've been moving for months.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I don't have any, like, I don't even have my fish tanks yet. They're still at the old place.
Okay.
Like, waiting to get into my new room. So,
well, even go back a little bit then. What are some of the things that you enjoy doing in your spare time before? I mean, like things like, are you a big reader? Are you movies, TV? Is there any genres that you really like? Stuff like those types of things.
Well, I love making art, like any kind of art. I love to sculpt, ceramics, soapstone, wood. I like to build things. I love woodworking all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of getting out in the woods. I love my truck. I go out to the woods. I camp every chance I get. Haven't been able to do it like recently. I gotta get some new U-joints for my truck before I go bumping around on logging roads. And apparently it's like not safe otherwise. Like, okay.
You should have said not safe.
Apparently.
And your truck has a camper on it, right?
Canopy, yeah.
Yeah. So you sleep in the camper, or do you do tent camping too, or?
No, I sleep in the tent because normally I always go out by myself, and not always, but most of the time I go out by myself, and I like to go like a week, 2 weeks if I can. And so, like, I have a tent because my truck is full of stuff. I've got my firewood, I've got like cooler, little like whole bunch of stuff I'm never gonna need. Like
all your supplies.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I like that too. It's been a really long time. I just camping, just being out in nature though is so good for every part of your psyche, and just I do miss that a lot. You have any plans? So you said you got to fix the truck first, and moving. So yeah, you probably have no plans to get out there anytime soon. When can you start really camping? I mean, I know you guys don't get as cold as we do over here. Would you go camping even in the dead of winter, or do you wait until it's okay?
I go camping year round, but most people only camp during the summer because it's so rainy. A lot of people don't want to camp in the rain. I don't mind.
No,
I just built the tent tarp fort. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so outdoorsy stuff. It's amazing how many of us too in the fish fam love the outdoorsy stuff. Almost every single person has said one of their hobbies is getting out there in nature, or I guess it makes sense. I mean, we're keeping nature inside our house, but it's just amazing how many of us are really, really, really into it. Like it's a big part of our lives. I think that's something that's pretty common almost across the board. Almost. There's a lot of people out there that are like Jim Gaffigan and don't like camping at all, but most people do. Okay. So the hobbies we talked about, we talked about all the cool different jobs. Let's see, was there any other big questions? Oh, let's do this then. Tell us some dating stories. Maybe
Okay.
is there anything positive currently happening in your dating life? Is there anything good happening? Is there any bad happening that's funny? Okay. And that we haven't heard from ladies' night too. Is there some? Okay. All right. We got it.
Oh yeah, I got freshies.
Okay. Give us just a couple. Just the best ones.
Okay. This one is a cautionary tale for the gentleman. Here is how you screw up a sure thing. Be charming in text messages, plan a date, and then she texts you and says, I have to work late. I'm running about an hour behind. I'll text you when I get home, like kind of keep you updated on where I am in the process. But like we might need to change plans. It might need to be later.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So instead of being like, okay, cool, thanks for the heads up, he was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I am. He goes, well, you really owe me then. I'm like, no, I don't.
Got a little... Now, if you had dated, now this is the very first date too. You haven't been out on a date yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, well, you better hurry. The bar closes at 8. I'm like, oh, cool. We're going to a bar. All right, whatever. You know,
a bar that closes at 8,
food, right? Like, yeah.
What bar closes at 8?
To meet at like 7. And I'm like, well, you might want to pick a different place. And then I texted him when I got home, and it was like 6:15, and he's like, you better hurry. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and come right now. I'll meet you there. So I showed up in my shitty ass work clothes with my hat on and my frizzy fucking hair smelling like dirty oil, and avoided eye contact with him. He showed up in like a members only jacket, jeans that were 5 shades too light to be acceptable, and untied dress shoes. And I was like, wow, I actually showed up looking better than you do.
I didn't think they still sold those. Those members only. I mean, Jesus, those are from like the night. Those are old people wore like in the early 2000s or late 90s, you know.
And that was what he chose to put on. So, like,
yeah, you didn't have
like somebody else dressed him.
So, yeah, so that did not work out well. Now I could see joking around.
Hunky Marine too, yeah. And I'm like, hello, I'm feeling patriotic, right? No. So we get to the bar, yeah, and I'm like, you know, and the bartender's like, oh, what would you like to drink? And I'm like, I'll just go with water. And he gets a beer, and the bartender's like, would you like to see a menu? I'm like, yes, because I literally just came from work.
Yeah,
obviously. And he goes, oh no, we're not eating. And I was like, I'm finishing this water and leaving. So I finished my water, and I was like, thank you for a nice night out. You have a good one. I left.
Wow. I don't know how people do it today. I just don't know how. I can't even imagine.
I don't either. Clearly, like, I'm out of the loop. I'm missing something because I'm not picking up what they're putting down at all.
I mean, I could see joking around after you've dated a couple times and saying, are you serious? But the very first time, you know, yeah.
Well, and I already get anxious anyway.
Sure.
So, like,
yeah.
My nerves are already shot, and my makeup and my cute clothes, like, that's my, like, shield and armor.
Yeah.
You know, I put that on.
People need to be better. I hate to use that phrase, but people need to just do better. How hard is it to be kind? I mean, even if you're not interested in the person after the date or something, you could still, you know, put on your best face.
Kind, but
Yeah, but you were, treating him like he treated you. He started it. Yeah, that I don't get it. So yeah, that's a definite no. And now, how long ago was this one?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Is there any other standouts? So no good ones at all. No positives at all. Not even okay that you hung out with the guy for a few hours or something. Or been on multiple dates with somebody. Any multiples? I don't mean multiples like more than one guy. I mean multiples like more than one date.
Just crashed and burned.
Oh.
And I don't know if I should actually talk about why. But anytime I've thought that, I've always gone ahead and done it anyway. So overshare time. We're supposed to spend the weekend together. And I'm like, what are our plans? What are we doing? Blah, 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 blah. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I'm on my period. So I need to know what's going on and that I can dress and be supplied appropriately. And he goes, uh-oh, I've been kicking my dog off the bed all week because she's on her period.
Not the right thing to say. Not the right thing to say. Excuse me.
I was like, I think I'll just stay home.
And how many times did you go out with that guy?
Twice.
Gotcha.
And I was really hoping for this one to come to fruition.
It's got to be hard to date these days. It's just got to be. I mean, I've been with Michelle we've been together for like 35 years. So I don't even know what I would even do. I don't have no idea what I would even, I would be doing your thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah. I just don't know how people can do it.
I thought that like the thing was you go out and be a decent fucking person, be authentic,
have some dinner,
see if you guys get along about enough of the same things to have interesting conversations.
Yeah. Is there other single people in the chat that that have the same type of stories recently, have been going on dates and stuff? I'm curious.
Right? Is it just me?
Yeah, is it just Shanna?
Only one? If so, you're welcome, because I am keeping all of the shitbags busy.
Well, you've told us so many stories before, like on ladies' night and stuff, and I mean they seem pretty clear cut that it's not you. It seems pretty clear cut.
Right, but I'm the common denominator, and at this point, I probably have at least 100 ridiculously bad dates under my belt, like where it can't be me. In the individual situation, I'm like, this can't be me. This isn't a me thing. This is very clearly a you thing. But it keeps happening to me. So I keep finding myself there, and I'm like, what turn do I keep taking?
How do you meet most of these guys? Are there different apps in different places, or what's your modus operandi here? Well, how do you do this?
Some would argue it's Tinder. That's the problem. But it's free, and I already have a profile.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe
and I mean, at this point, like they say Tinder's just about hooking up, and I would settle for that if I could meet somebody who was in fact fuckable. Maybe I have very high standards. I don't know. I don't think I do. I almost made out with a Nazi that one time. You all know the story.
Yes.
Like,
ladies' night. Yes.
The standards are not crazy high. I mean, you can't be a Nazi. I didn't make out with him as soon as I found out. Deal breaker. But
no Nazi and don't be a dick. That's pretty much it, right? No Nazi then.
They have to be interesting, and they have to be actually nice to me.
I mean, I don't get that. I remember
dated one guy recently who only talked shit to me.
Oh, he's negging you the whole time?
Yeah, like just downing on me. And I was like, huh. And I kept showing up for it for a little bit. And then I was like, wait, mm-mm, mm-mm. This could turn into a whole relationship like this. No.
Yeah. I don't remember being that hard to date when I was, when I was young. Like I said, it's been, I haven't, and I was married. I've been married twice. So it was in between being married the first time, there was a 6, 7, 8, I don't know. There's a few years of being single, but I lived right by ASU, college age girls mostly. I was a little bit older, but not a lot. I'm not grossly older, and I live with a band. So it was just easy to meet people. It was very easy. So I don't remember it being that difficult. I just don't. People I went out with were all decent people, and maybe there was something that didn't click, but no, I don't remember a single like just horrible date ever. I just don't. But the world has changed, and so we would already have something in common. Whereas you're using, I just have to go back to the Tinder thing. You're using that, and even though you're looking for commonality there, and swiping and stuff, it's just not. I don't know. It's it wasn't hard. It really wasn't. But we would meet face to face first.
Yeah, I think that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is meeting somebody face to face first, because you've already got sort of an idea. Whereas on the app or wherever, even just talking on social media, you don't get an idea. You have no idea. They could be a Nazi.
And also, one of the things that happens for me is I meet or connect with a lot of guys, like probably 50%, 60% maybe. Probably more often than not. Yeah. And the guy wants to be pursued the way, like, traditionally as a woman, I want to be pursued. And I'm like, to a certain extent, yes, I get that. But if you're not pursuing me at all and you're wanting me to bring you flowers.
Now I got that song stuck in my head. Who was it? It was Neil Diamond and Barbara Streisand. You Don't Bring Me Flowers. Great song. Classic song. All right. Well, thank you for sharing this thing. And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I just, we know you. We know what kind of person you are. We've been seeing you a lot we talk a lot. Not as much as we used to these days because you're so busy. But, we see you often. We know what kind of person you are. So I don't know why it would be so difficult. I don't get it. They're out there. They're out there.
There's someone out there for me.
Fishtoberfest.
Yeah.
There you go. Fishtoberfest. You're going?
Oh, obvi. Yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
If I wasn't going, Kenny would come and kidnap me and make me go anyway.
Yeah. As he should. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. I wish I could make it to those types of things, but it's just too difficult. So, yeah. All right. So before we open it up to the chat, is there anything fish tube related you want to, or anything that you want to tell? Anything we didn't talk about? When we did talk about Ben, Ben's father. Mm-hmm. Ben's father. We didn't really talk about Ben's. Are you still friends with Ben's father?
I wouldn't say friends, but we co-parent really well together.
Okay.
Which was kind of the whole goal. Our breakup wasn't super great. Okay. So I had to kind of compartmentalize my relationship with Ben's father and the relationship that I want Ben to have with his father.
Yeah.
And so he and I haven't done any work on a relationship between us since we split.
Okay.
But we've worked really, really hard to communicate effectively and be supportive and get Ben what he needs.
You both put him first, as it should be. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Anything though that you want to tell people that we didn't talk about? Anything? I mean,
I got a new project I'm working on.
do you? Is it any? Can you give us hints on it? Is it?
Oh, I can tell you all about it.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
It is a new YouTube channel about true crime and history.
All right. Well,
some of it may be tinfoil hat worthy.
My daughter was listening to something today. I was playing Lego Star Wars earlier tonight on the couch, and she was doing some crafts sitting on the other couch, listening to one of them. So she'll be subscribing. She's absolutely huge into that stuff. I think mostly women are. I mean, guys are too, but not. It's more.
A lot more women.
Yeah, they're into the true crime stuff. I think they're getting ideas how to do it right. I think that's really what it is. It's research.
That's because men don't know how to act right.
I act right.
Do you really?
I do. I'm a nice guy. I take care of my wife. No, that's not the right way to put it. Because taking care of her makes it sound like no, and that's not it. But I mean, hey, I must be doing something right. Again, 30 years of marriage. We've been together for 35 years, and she's my best friend. So I must be doing something right. So, okay. Well, we'll look forward to that. When are you gonna launch that?
Well, I'm studying the 2 cases that I'm gonna do first now, and I'm hoping I'm probably gonna have to do some rough drafts of the video and run them by some people. Like, if you'd like to see the rough draft of it and give me some pointers and critiques, email me 503aquatics@gmail.com, because I'm always like, this is edited content and I've done live streaming.
Yeah.
But just,
shoot it along
an hour of talking about something that I really don't want to mess up, because the whole reason for me anyway, like the true crime thing, is I feel like when something like that happens, like the victims need to be remembered. Like their story needs to be told, and respectfully. Gotcha. And also it's like trying to understand where that comes from, because we're all like a little bit of a shitbag, at least in our heads,
and we're all that far away from something like that happening to us,
taking the wrong turn. The wrong scenario, the wrong day, you see her and him in the wrong place, like
well, make sure you include me on it, because I'll listen to it, but then again, Ariel would love to hear part of it. And I think between the two of us, we would have some feedback for you.
Ooh, and I can tell you, just so you know, the first one that I'm working on is Ruby Ridge.
Which sounds familiar. Is that the...
It was from the 90s in Idaho. The family that were white separatists that had a standoff with the ATF, FBI, and U.S. Marshals.
Okay. Yep. It was in the 90s? Wow.
It was a early 90s. Long time ago.
Does not seem like that long ago.
Like 25 years, 27 years.
But 2000.
A whole entire person's lifetime could be like an adult. I mean, 27's still a baby now that I'm 40, but like, I guess they're adults.
Yeah. They at least look like them. Okay. All right. Well, now's a good time. And anything else? Did we cover everything? Is anything you want to tell us?
I think that's everything.
Okay. And remember, you can see Shanna. These days, really, the only one she does is her Saturday mornings with Degenerate, Depths Unknown, the Saturday morning cartoons. It's not for kids, and it's a lot of fun. They do a bunch of different segments in there, and it's just always a fun time. A lot of cool people in there, so go watch. And I don't know if the people have been dropping Shanna's link. I feel like everybody in here is subscribed to you and knows you. It's usually the same people,
These are 64. My people.
I think we hit like 75 people at one point.
Oh, and gosh.
I feel like they all know who you are. So If not, there we go. Zenny dropped your link there. You're also on fishfam.link. And all right, let's open it up to the chat. And you're still good. You got to do anything? You got to go to the bathroom?
Nope,
You want to take a
I'm
break?
good.
Okay. The dog's not eating the sheet still?
No, she's a weirdo sleeping with her eyes open.
Okay. We'll start right here with Mickham, a new crime channel. Ask Shanna to solve the 1986 Prime Minister murder of Olaf Palme or Palme. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Palme. So I don't know if that's actually Palm or I already know it was Chrysler. I don't know who Chrysler is too. Mickham's from Sweden, so he's just weird. No, I mean, so I don't know who those people are, but Ricky De Hoyos wants to know what happened to Ladies' Night and will it ever come back? And I feel like I know the answers, but this is about you.
Yeah, well, we were all super busy, like in our lives with other stuff. I was, I'm working really long hours, and the work to prepare for a stream every week was just more than everybody was able to keep up with. And so rather than make something that wasn't up to what we wanted, we decided to call it for now until we can come at it with some fresh energy.
Yeah. So maybe a different time, day, whatever. But you're hoping it comes back, right? That's the plan, is to bring it back.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was just too much fun.
It was a blast. And I always miss the first half of it. It's a 2-hour stream. I always miss the first part because I help out Bentley with modding. And I try to go back and forth between them, but I miss so much. But I still love the show. Here we go. Eric wants to know what your favorite sandwich is.
A pizza sub at Subway. It's Italian urban cheese bread with pepperoni, pepper jack cheese, black olives, Parmesan, oregano, and a little bit of meatball sauce.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Delicious. That definitely sounds good. I don't know how anybody ever says what their favorite sandwich is, because the favorite sandwich is the one I'm eating right friggin' now. That's my favorite sandwich.
Whatever one you've got that I can have.
That's the one.
I'm a big fan of just plain old peanut butter and jelly, though, too. Like in the middle of the night when you haven't gone grocery shopping and you're starving and nothing looks good because it's like just vegetables, peanut butter and jelly.
Shanna, Stephen and Jenna, see how I got Shanna out of that? Stephen and Jenna. They sent me a big box of different stuff that was local foods to them from Louisiana, and they had a pepper jelly in there that was amazing, and that's what I ate mostly on, was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It was so good. That thing went so quick. I don't eat peanut butter and jelly that much, but I tried the first one. I was like, and so after that, I was just peanut butter jelly time. Leo, what do you think of the Black Tiger Dario? Leo, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on another stream. I want to try and keep it on.
Idea.
We'll try and keep it just on the focus on Shanna tonight. So, if you have fish questions for Shanna, that's okay. Again, she doesn't have her tanks up. We won't want to sort of make it personal questions for Shanna tonight, Leo. So we can talk about that in one of the other streams. Zenny would like to know, were there demonstrations in Shanna's foray into sex toys?
Well, actually there were, but not like you think.
I like her example. A vacuum salesman throwing dirt on the carpet just to clean up.
I mean, I did have something called the stunt cock. So, that was a thing.
We can't go super far into it.
No.
Scotty just says Clash. Are you asking me? I'm going to be there, Scotty. Shanna, I don't believe is going to make it.
Make it this year.
There's no way for her to make it to the Keystone Clash. I'll be there. That's the one event that I get to go to this year. Let's see. Mark Strilson. Hey there. As I've not seen Myrtle in here. Yeah, has not seen Big M tonight. Shanna, is there anything you would change? Oh, he's using Myrtle has a question that he's been asking. We've done like 63 of these, and he's asked like 60 times. He's asked the same question. He wants to know what I would change about you, what one thing, and what you would change about me. So what's the one thing that you would change about me? It's a tough question. It's hard.
I wish that you could see you the way I see you.
What does that mean? Like, is this like a Picasso type thing?
No. Just, I have all the faith and confidence in you in the world.
Oh, well, that's heartwarming. Thank you. That's I don't know how to react to those types of things. I was just going to say, I wish you lived closer, but
oh, we would have so much fun.
We would. Our sense of humor is very close the same. I wish that you found somebody. One of the best things in my life, and nothing against single people, obviously. Some people enjoy being single. I don't think you're one of those people. I think that you want to share things with somebody, and that's the best part of my life, is being able to share stuff with my amazing wife. So I wish you had what I had that way.
Me too.
Leo says, this an after-hour stream? It always is when Shannon's there. Even the morning stream, it says not for kids. There was one from Jason. Which dildo was the preferred, the Bandit or the Maverick?
False. It was the Rabbit by far.
Oh yeah, the Rabbit. Yep. The Stranger. Let's see. And if you do have questions for Shanna, please do the @RicoStan for me, if you would. I don't see any. Am I missing questions? We still have 67 people.
Oh, favorite drink. Crown Tail Half Moon asks, how's Henry? Henry is at boarding school going through some training so he can be less of a little demon monster and more acceptable out in public.
Did the dog just bark? Oh, that was weird. I thought I heard a dog bark when he's...
Maybe it's a ghost dog.
Now, is Henry your dog? Uh-oh. You froze. You froze in a very... Oh, that was a great... You froze and it was very... Right. Yeah, except no, it wasn't. It was like the one that Jason caught the other day. No, you were like... I love it when people freeze, myself included, when people freeze like that. Mickham would like to know your favorite drink. And you don't drink anymore, right?
Nope.
Are you?
I got all of my drinking over with. Cut it all out of the way.
Okay. So any Sprite? Is that crack Sprite?
Sprite or coffee? It depends on the time of day.
You did pay
and the mood of the day.
You did pay like $25 for that one coffee from Uber or from Uber Eats or whatever it was, DoorDash.
Well, it was either that or go to the grocery store. Like, and I had just gotten paid the day before, so I was momentarily rich.
Yeah, that's a tough choice for sure. The Pearl Rabbit was the best, Zeddy says. Oh yeah, you got the one about Henry. Matt said Melissa is giggly now.
She knows what the rabbit is. Everybody knows what it is.
There's Robert. What's up, dude? Thank you, Robert, for streaming from Aquatic Con. I really appreciate that. You did a great job today. Thanks for showing us around and stuff. And it was good to see you. It was good to see you out there. I miss seeing you around, man. So the rabbit was Rico Stan's nickname. Oh, wait, that was mine, damn it. Leo wants to know if you would vote for me for president.
I don't want to do that to you. I mean, if
you
wanted to be president and asked me to, I would, but like, I wouldn't wish that on you.
Like, I don't even want to lead anybody just in this room when I'm by myself, you know? So,
yeah. I don't want to be left in charge of me.
Yes.
So you putting me in charge of everybody? Like,
no. Besides, I would be assassinated probably in the first week. Wizzle wants to know who your favorite Pokemon is.
The axolotl one.
Oh yeah, they'll tell us. Same with Ariel. Ariel's axolotl is still doing well. She loves that thing. Jason Zenny said, "I'm more of an egg girl now. I'm not explaining if you don't know. Just Google." I love how this turned here. Ghost Dog is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, somebody else was always talking about Ghost Dog. Robert said, "You're looking fabulous and on fleek as always."
I'm telling my kid you said I'm fleek.
That still a thing?
Used that wrong.
Is that still a thing? Is it still?
Probably not. I know what it is. So that's generally the kiss of death. As soon as I start doing it, like I still dab at Ben, and he dies inside. Like I can see like a little piece of him is just like
hangs his head.
Yeah.
Crown Tail says you're looking very pretty tonight. Plans to go out later?
No plans to.
Oh, that's a good giggle.
I'm wearing my Galaxy leggings and I have my super soft fuzzy blanket.
You're in for the night.
Yes.
I'm going to send you some Rico Stan leggings.
Oh, yes.
All right. Let's see. We still have about a half an hour. She has no clue. She just like Rico acting it out. Eric says you can't handle the Hitachi. It's all about the
my big black suitcase.
Zenny said, "Eric, I've heard things. It's intimidating." Here we go. Leo wants to know what your favorite movie is, and I'm going to expand that just a little bit. Favorite movie and or TV show. Are you really into that kind of stuff? Labyrinth for the movie, okay? Mm-hmm. Yep.
And TV show, probably PBS's Frontline.
Really? Mm-hmm. I would not have guessed. I would have gone with something like Broad City. I think. Have you ever seen Broad City? That would have been my guess for you. Would be Broad City. You'd like it. Okay. It's funny. It's a funny show. Two girls live in a city and go on adventures and dates and do all kinds of stuff, and it's funny.
I need to get a job writing for a TV show about girls that go on dates. Like I have 10 series worth of dates, bad dates.
What would it be called?
You're fucked.
No, come on. Something about them. About the something about do you want to go out with no I don't know, maybe
better luck next time.
Will you go out with me? And it'll be at the opening segment will be that little thing where you remember as a kid you made that little thing that you had to turn different ways. Yeah. Wow. Ricky, oh, that's weird. Ricky asked about what happened to Ladies' Night. Will it come back? But we answered that one. But Ricky, did you not? I'm sorry, Ricky. Did you take off or did we not? So Ladies' Night probably will come back. But yeah, everybody was just too busy and it was taking too much energy to do it. Whip would like to know, sticking with the dating scene, kind of requiring a long answer. But if you're going to build your perfect man from personality to body type, what would he be? So basically, what are you looking for in a man, both personality and body type? Are you real picky about certain things other than just don't be a dick?
Yeah, I I do think I'm picky. They need to be kind and funny and interesting. And I like normal looking guys. Like, I'm not super into like a six
Super
pack.
overly manicured type.
No,
Where you
no,
can
no.
tell
If
they.
your eyebrows are more groomed than mine, and it's terrible. It's like all about me. I'm like, I want to be the pretty one in the relationship. If we're showing up places and you look prettier than I do, I'm going to feel all weird about myself. That's probably why I like them all hairy. Michelle knows.
She knows. She likes the hair and the beard. Otherwise, I wouldn't have kept it. Let's see. What about personality really? So just really, you're not looking for, interesting, funny, and kind doesn't seem like all that difficult. Interesting, maybe. That's can be a little difficult, but funny and kind, I think those are.
Well, they do have to be more masculine than I am.
Okay.
Which can, like, if I'm the, like, I can change tires. I can do all of that stuff. But if we're together and you're standing off to the side while I'm doing all of it, I'm going to be super salty. Like, you have to be able to, like, at least be handing me the tools.
Yeah.
Like, don't just.
I'm laughing because Michelle has done the brakes on our car. She's taken the alternator out. Now, I used to do a lot of that stuff, but I do have an excuse, So these days, and she does enjoy it too. She enjoys it.
Yeah.
She doesn't do it all the time, and she's she's getting up there too. She's no spring chicken, but
I think it's more about capacity and ability.
And flexibility as far as it's flexibility as far as open to learning those types of things, and right.
Well, I need them to teach me the stuff I don't know. Like, I don't know how to drive any heavy equipment or a semi truck or a motorcycle, and I don't know how to work on any of it. Like, I can change my oil, that's it. Who's gonna show me how to change out my U joints? Like, nobody right now.
I'm not going to do that. I take that in. That's too much. I take that in. That's just no. I'm not going to. I definitely hate working on vehicles. I always did. The only ones I ever liked to do was I had a lot of Volkswagens when I was a kid, but those are more of a hobby than a car, and they're so easy to work on. So it sounds like you're looking for a trucker biker.
Probably.
Yeah, but not the serial killer ones. Or if they are a serial killer, at least funny about it.
No serial killers. That's on the no-fly list.
Yeah, but that's content for the new channel.
Yeah, again, you and Jason both with this. I'm doing a true crime channel. I'm not creating crime to showcase on a YouTube channel.
It'll be organic.
That's how you go to jail. And we all know that I would not do well in jail. I would end up in segregation for fighting, talking to myself alone in a room all day long. Like, I can't deal with that kind of torture.
Let's see, Eduardo, you knowing where you are in your life, do you believe you have less tolerance for complicated relationships and would rather have a simple man be easier and more approachable?
Yes. Like, life is complicated. I get that. If you're navigating complications, like, I'm not going to hold that against you, but you also have to be responsible to understand where you are in your capacity. Like, if you're dealing with these big, heavy situations, like say you're in the middle of a divorce, like I'm not going to show up to a partnership with that as my offering. I'm bringing more than that. So
yeah, if he's talking about his wife that he just divorced and he's still very angry about it, and it was 6 years earlier, then that's probably a bad sign.
I went on that date.
I know. That's why I brought it up. I remember. I know stuff. I pay attention. Annette would like to know who your favorite fish fam in Vancouver, Washington is. And she didn't say Washington. She didn't say Washington, but I put Washington just to make sure.
It's Annette.
Annette
and I need to go do something.
That would be awesome. Annette's a super cool person.
I know this bar where all of the bouncers are like 7 feet tall.
That should be like the selling point. They should. It's
just
sort of like
a lumberjack. I'm here for the trees.
That's the place they should call it. It'd be like reverse Hooters, like all the guys have to be a certain body type. Brooklyn Bell's husband wants to know if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
If I could have one superpower. What's that superpower like where you teleport? I would want the ability to teleport.
That's what I was going to go with. Like I call it instant transmission from like it's one of the animes, like, I don't know, Narito or one of those. I don't remember which one it was, but the instant transmission, Dragon Ball. I don't know. They'll get mad at me because I got it wrong. But yeah, where you just instantly could be anywhere else in the world just like that. That's the one I was going to pick too. Yep. Because I'm lazy as, and that would just be amazing to be able to go, we're out of bread. I'm at the store. I'm home. Do
you know how much extra sleep I could get that way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would wake up. I start work at 7:30. I would wake up at 7:27. I would put on my shirt and my pants. And I would be.
Make sure you do that first, though. Don't like go to work and then be holding the stuff.
It's early. Shit happens. I'll just like blink into the bathroom and hope nobody else is in there. Might be awkward.
That's the best one. Because you could do all kinds of stuff with it. You could be gone. Kevin Rosenberg would like to know, if I wasn't married, I would take on a nice date. What is your favorite dish? Oh, favorite fish. Fish, not to eat either, right, Kevin? Because I thought you were saying that you would take her on a date, and what would she like to eat? I'm sorry, I got stuck in something. So, what is your favorite fish?
Well, I can't commit to favorite, but the fish I am most obsessed with getting next are rainbow shiners.
Well, ABC Aquatics can hook you up there. He's collected quite a few, and he's got a bunch. And he's really close. You know what? Real quick shout out. ABC, Kenny is very close. He was our guest last week. He's a fellow New Yorker. Very close to 500 subs. As soon as he hits 500 subs, he's doing a giveaway, three giveaways. And one of them is like a few of his rainbow shiners, a $50 co-op card. And I'm sorry, Kenny, I forgot the other item. There's three different items, but he's doing a giveaway. So as soon as he hits the 500.
He says, sorry, I know a guy.
I got to scroll back up. Richard McCarthy. Okay, there we go. We got Kevin's. And we've got, okay. Yeah, we still got about 22 minutes. Still good with everything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know you do 2-hour streams every Saturday. So what about it? What's your dream vacation?
Me alone in the woods for like a month with nobody, no hikers, no other campers, no other people.
I don't know if I'd like to be alone, but definitely could. Yeah, I would love that. But Michelle does not like. I mean, we used to camp with in Arizona. We would go out with our sleeping bags, but she does not like any of that kind of stuff now. It would have to be glamping for her. So, Robert said he got to meet Lefty and Select Pet and CJ Black.
Awesome.
Got to meet all you fantastic people and fantastic freaks. Very cool. But yeah, I would definitely.
Well, there's something like, I love camping with my son. I love going camping with other people, but I don't know anybody who likes to camp for as long as I do. And there's something like, I don't think it's just me, but my head never stops. It is always just like always going. And when I get out in the woods after like 3 or 4 days on my own, like all of that has just kind of run its course. And there's this quiet, peaceful, easy feeling.
Rocky Mountain High.
Literally.
I mean, what he describes in the song.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. That's exactly how I end up feeling. And like, you can't buy that. There's no pill that gives you that. Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Peace.
And I've had that definitely. You know, the last time I had that was when kayaking, paddling out into Lake Ontario far enough so that you can't see land. And then you just sit there for a little while. And the waves, you know, you got to pick your day, but the waves aren't real bad. They're not even really waves. It's just an undulation. So you're just sort of sitting there in your kayak and it just sort of, it's a rolling type thing. And you don't see any people. You see some birds. There's no land. There's nothing. And in like an hour, half an hour, you know, sitting there, is that same type of feeling. Really is. Brookley Bell would like to know if you have any strange physical traits like double jointed or I don't know, unique talents. Don't go to the gutter guys. No, the gutter's where we live.
All of my unique talents are from the gutter, so I don't like.
Nothing weird. You don't have a trick knee or something. You don't have a fake thumb. Nothing. I'm disappointed. I was hoping you had like
I know.
You know, some kind of prosthetic that's weird, like my little toe or something. Let's see. Jason, think of the content for your true crime channel.
Gosh. That joke won't ever get old. I'm fine with it. I accept that.
Let's see. Scott, he's just stopped. He's working on his Jeep. He's just saying hi. Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scott.
And Leo wants to know if you had any state that you could live in. Let's expand that one as well. Sorry, Leo, I keep changing your questions. Any place in the world, are you there to live? Any place in the world?
Also a castle in Scotland.
Do you have Scottish ancestry?
I have no idea. I have to do one of those DNA tests. One whole side of my family is completely unknown.
Oh, gotcha.
One side's like Euromut.
I'm Scottish and Italian. Sorry, I got to scroll. It keeps jumping on me. Okay. And yeah, we still got about 15 minutes. Instead of it being called Hooters, if the guy's serving, would they call it Danglers? Welcome, Danglers. Brookley said her husband said instant transmission is Dragon Ball. I knew somebody would. Nice. I was surprised more people didn't jump on it. Oh, ABC said the other one was Jonah's Aquarium, $50 gift card. Jonah's Aquarium does native fish. So cool. A lot of cool native fish from there. So you've got 2 chances there to get some rainbow shiners because I'm pretty sure Jonah sells them too. So he's only 21 away now too. So keep your eye on ABC. Awesome. As soon as he hits that 500, that's a cool giveaway. Zen Ginger would like to know your last meal. Anything in the world. What would your last meal be?
Grilled cheese and clam chowder.
Clam chowder? Mm-hmm. What kind of clam chowder? Manhattan or New England? New England is the white sauce. Manhattan is the red sauce.
The New England one.
I'm Manhattan. I've
never had the Manhattan one.
My grandpa used to make Manhattan. I mean, he's from Chicago, but he made Manhattan clam chowder all the time when I was a kid, and I loved it even as a little kid. Absolutely loved it. I love clam chowder. That's not Chowda. There's Elizabeth. She said Heather said hi to both of us. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Elizabeth and Heather.
Hope you guys are doing well down there. Xanadu came in.
Hi, Xanadu.
I'm just scrolling down now. Favorite place in the world to visit?
A favorite place that I haven't visited, but I really, really want to go. Like, my next trip is going, hopefully, fingers crossed, Alex and I are trying to road trip to the Triple Crown.
Oh.
So, well, like, maybe.
I just gave away my tickets because I can't go. I did buy tickets. We planned to go, and I just can't health wise. I just can't do it. So I gave away my 2 tickets. And if you guys do make it there, I'm just going to kick myself that much more because you are both so high on my list of people to meet face to face. Steven's going to be just so many. I'm not even going to go through the list because so many people that I want to meet are going to be at the Triple Crown. At least, like I said, I've got the Keystone Clash. There's still going to be
next year. I'm going to go to the Clash. Like,
that'll be awesome.
That's going to be the big trip I do. And fish trips are just so much fun because it's like we build such close relationships with each other and getting to actually meet and hug and like
yep
see each other from the waist down.
Well, that's so not needed, but but last year at the Keystone Clash, that same thing. I was just like colored guppies. That's the first time we had talked quite a bit, like on Instagram and stuff, but he walked up to me and he said, "Hey, I'm Vinay, Colored Guppies," and then we were like best friends, like instantly, and we just we got along so we hung out the whole weekend. He was right there the whole time. We just had a blast, and Skipper and just everybody. I mean, Scotty, so many people. Lisa, to meet Lisa, Jason. Oh yeah, I guess him too.
Cream.
Even Fishymon and his no, I'm not going to get into that. Dolbeck says there's a particular smell that I love when camping and hiking. I think it's the sun hitting the tree bark, dead leaves. Smells so damn good. Yeah. Like today, it just smelled, the air smells delicious sometimes here. Seriously, I can't describe it any other way. It smells delicious. It just smells so good.
Dirtier smell. That leaf and bark smell is like a dirtier smell than rain. Like it smells earthier. More like earthier. Yep.
ABC said, I wish we could have done a 2-hour stream. Yeah, but you got the little ones, and that's not a big deal. Yeah, we'll do another one at some point. I just got to, there's so many people. Again, if you'd like to be featured or whatever you want to call it, my email is up there at the top of the screen, rico@ricostand.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know that I can add you to the list. And the list is huge. It's massive. There are so many people on the list. That's why I wanted to start doing some of them on Saturday too, because there's only been 63 and there are literally thousands of people in the fish fam.
Yeah. We have a lot of people to get to know.
Tons of them. Okay, here we go. Eduardo says, the gutter, it's a night spot. Name the play or movie this quote is from. The gutter, it's a night spot. Play or movie? It doesn't sound familiar to me either. But he's a drama teacher, so I bet it's from a play. It was probably a play first, but maybe a movie too. Any place in the USA you've never been to but you would like to visit? You mentioned that.
Well, another one is the Grand Canyon in Yosemite. I haven't been to either of those.
Grand Canyon I've been to a lot. In fact, my wife was just there a couple of weeks ago. Again, it's the first time she went back to Arizona since we moved up here. But I've never been to Yosemite either. Mika wants to know when you are getting your tanks, when that's going to happen.
I'm hoping the beginning of June. It's looking like.
Good. And is there even anything in them right now? Is somebody taking care of them and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had like downsized and stuff. after Frankie passed. Oh, here we go. Ricky would like to know what top 3 favorite concerts that you've been to, live shows that you've been to.
I saw Tina Turner, that Corn show with Ryan. That was pretty sweet. And then there's this local band that I used to love, and they just had this amazing set one night. That was probably my 3rd favorite show I ever saw. And their name is I Can Lick Any Son of a Bitch in the House.
What kind of music is it?
Like country rock, rockabilly.
Okay. Yeah. That's where I was going with it. That sounds like Hank Williams, the 4th?
3rd, yeah.
The 3rd?
Yeah.
Is it the 3rd? Yeah. And what is your favorite genre of music? Do you have one really? You listen to anything? Is there
probably anything? Country, classic rock being close second, like John Prine, kind of a marriage of both.
Okay. Lord Huron, stuff like that too. Avett Brothers, do you know them? Mm-hmm. Sort of an indie folk type. Yeah, that's where I live too. And what kind of country is it? Do you like a lot of the newer stuff or the older stuff, or
all of it?
Yeah.
I
don't like much of the newer stuff. I just don't. I don't know why. A lot of it, I'm sure there's some good stuff out there that I just haven't heard, but so much of it just sounds so poppy. You know, like back in the 70s.
Nobody ever likes the new country music. Everybody's been saying that since the 90s, 80s, probably.
Yeah.
Or earlier.
It was just so distinct. It was more of a, nowadays it sounds to me, and again, I haven't listened to a lot of it, so maybe there's some of it out there, but it just sounds so poppy to me, where in the 70s, it was twangy. I get that, and some people hate that, but it was very distinct style of music, where today I feel like the lines are blurred a lot more. And maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, like that band I was telling you about, Gangster Grass. It's like rap and bluegrass. Totally. I love it. I love the way it sounds. Like it bumps and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I had heard them or not. I think I did, but I'll definitely listen to them. I do like that weird, like Richard Cheese.
Yes.
Where he does the lounge singer type stuff. Yeah. Right? His Welcome to the Jungle when he it just makes me laugh every time.
It's so cheesy.
It is. Richard Cheese. Let's see. And again, if you've got a question for Shanna or something to say, I'm sort of just scanning through the chat really quick. There's 74 people watching. Or as John says, there's 36,532 people watching right now. So do the @Rico stand for me, so it just pops out if you've got a comment or question or anything. And we've only got about 7 minutes left. So if you had to choose to eat only burgers or pizza for a year, and which would you choose? And you could change up the pizza and the burger with different toppings and stuff.
Pizza,
which one would you choose?
Sure.
Yeah. There's no bad pizza. Even the worst pizza is just still something I would eat. Jess wants to know if you're coming here for Christmas.
Yes.
I think that was coming to Louisiana.
Yep.
Nice. You're going to spend Christmas with Jess?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
My kiddo always spends it with his dad and his little brother. And so, yep.
That's great. That's good that you're not alone on Christmas. I always hate that people are alone on Christmas. Mm-hmm. I'm not a religious person, but it's still a major holiday, and it's a really bad time of the year for people. So,
well, the whole country stops so that everybody can be with their family. So when you're not, it's like,
yeah.
Hello.
Ryan, how are you? How are you doing, Ryan? It jumped again. ABC said Shanna will be at the class. No, she's not going to make it to class this year. Next year. Let's see. Scuba Steve just made it home from Aquaticon. I hope you had a fun day, Scuba Steve. I didn't see any of the streams. My voice keeps doing that high-pitched thing. I didn't see any of the streams. I'm starting to sound like somebody's grandma. Little Shop of Horrors for Eduardo.
Oh, gotcha.
Dee Dee said Shanna is looking beautiful tonight, all fancy smancy.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Dee Dee. George, Mexicali Fish Keeper, would like to know what your dream setup for fish. Oh, for fish would be. What's your dream tank fish setup, and with no limitations, nothing being no limitations, anything. What would be your favorite? I'm reading some of the stuff in here.
I would love to have a gallery of large size tanks with an indoor pond. I know that's been done by other people before, but that would be like the ideal tank
and
setup.
Like monster fish and combinations, just everything, or what? Anything specific that you would have to have in there? Stingrays?
Not stingrays.
No. Freshwater stingrays.
If you get Steve Irwin, then like I don't stand a chance. I'd love to have some piranha. They're super cool. I want rainbow shiners. I'd really love like a subtropical sort of scenario. It suits the climate here.
Gotcha. Here's a great one from Zen Ginger. Would you rather have a dog-sized shrimp or a shrimp-sized dog? And what breed of each would she be swapping? So if it was a dog-sized shrimp, what type of shrimp would it be? And if it was a shrimp-sized dog, what type of dog would that be?
If it was a dog-sized shrimp, I'd want it to be the kind you can eat, because that shit would be terrifying. Like,
that's a great meal, though.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And the shrimp-sized dog, I would lose or break. Like, it sounds like way more responsibility than I can manage. I don't think I could keep up with a retainer, much less the shrimp-sized dog. That'd be like,
yeah,
more like that.
Yeah, we're almost done. Just a few more minutes. So, Shanna's version of a best first date do's and don'ts, like biggest turn off in guys, biggest turn on with guys. What instantly would turn you off? As soon as let's say you walked into a place and you see your date, and he hasn't even said anything yet, he or she, just saying, hasn't said anything yet. And what would be your turn off?
Like some sort of offensive T-shirt, something really awful.
Sleeves cut off and
no, like
with a
like a Nazi shirt or like some sort of really out there thing. One that's really a big turnoff is when they have obviously lied about their height. I don't care about dating short guys. Like, as long as you don't get weird about me being taller or wearing heels, we're good.
You're going to make them wear heels?
Mm-mm.
That's just how it sounded. As long as you don't get weird about me being taller or wearing heels.
Oh, gosh. No. I'm not sure how I would feel about that.
If a guy was wearing heels?
Yeah. I don't think it would instantly be a turnoff, but it would be like,
what the hell you got going on there, guy? That kind of thing. All right, I'm going to scroll down because we are out of time. You know what? We're out of time. Sorry, I didn't get to all of the questions. I'm sure that are towards the end, but I did give you a chance already to say. Is there anything else that you want to tell people before we go? Or
thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up here. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got to work it out. I was so happy today when you said you had the time tonight, because I know it's been months and we've been trying to get it to happen. So
thank you.
Next Tuesday, we have Bex too. Bex will be our guest this coming Tuesday. So that's going to be another fun one. We have Alexander Engelhart and then Paul Sotera. So I think that pretty much finishes May. Maybe I'm missing I might be missing it. That's only 3. So there might be another one towards the end there, but that's our lineup coming up. Yeah, and don't forget to catch Shanna on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on her channel with Degenerate. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say. I'm going to warn you. I'm clicking the button to end the broadcast because I usually cut people off, so this time I'm not. There's a whole bunch of people still streaming tonight. Funk's going. Other people, I just drew a blank. You can go to fishfam.link and see the rest of the schedule for tonight. Ricky De Hoyos came in with a $1.99 super chat. The end there says, Shanna, will you marry me?
Maybe.
Ricky's a nice guy. He lives in Texas.
I have to meet you first. In Texas. You'd have to come to Oregon. I need more trees.
You might be over to that. Will you marry me? All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.